Hey guys, Dan here with Sterling Self-Defense and Badger in my face. And Pedro is whining somewhere because he wants to go outside. He can't because he's a bad kitty. Yo, what's up, Pedro? What's up? All right. Let's take a seat. Some new shit going on. Get me a cigarette. Badger, stop bothering me. Get down. You're not working at my desk. All right. Hard to light a cigarette with these goggles on. All right, yeah. New lighter. Little Desert Eagle. Dumb crap. All right, look at this, guys. Oh, I should have grabbed a Mac. Oh, got one. All right, they're here. The only aluminum-shaped projectiles. The new SSD silver bullets. They're 6.30 gram. I've been testing them. They work great. And 6 gram is, what I tell everyone. Kind of like the perfect number. I got one on there now. And of course, somebody just copied that recently too. Well, I shouldn't tell people your ideas. All right. Six, 2, 3. 6, 2, 3. 6, 2, 4. 6, 2, 3. You got the idea. All right. So these are the silver bullets. And these aren't the cheap, injection molded aluminum, the recycled stuff. This is same stuff I use for all my parts. Aircraft aluminum, solid, strong, don't dent or, easy like the other ones anyway. But, and they work. Now, this is a non-modified mag. I figure I'll do all my testing with non-modified. Some guys like Henry Stone used to do too, and a lot of the guys used to sand this out so you get a little pocket there that holds it. These have been working great without it. See, they sit in there perfectly flush. Nice and straight. They're working great. We're going to test them out. So let's go over. We've got other things to go over too, but let's go shoot this. See what kind of numbers we got. Load up a mag. Grab my Red Bull. Pedro, what are you doing over here? Everybody? Really? Even Zach? Up my ass. What you do, buddy? All right. It's a mess. Everything's a mess. Sorry. The shop's a mess. Everything's a mess. I don't know why that's out. This is this a new one? This is one of the, yeah, this is a new one. This is for the FSC. This is a compensator that gives you the option of a carbine. You can put a handguard right onto this. Or leave your gun just like this and use the compensator, and this way you could switch back and forth. But it'll take any AR-15 handguard right on there. All right, let's get that out of the way. Oh, I need a gun to shoot. That usually helps. All right, grab my sidearm. All right, here's my sidearm. Here's what I carry, guys. This is a Greg's Gear holster. The police whatever one with the little flip down thing. Is that down? And this one takes a compensator. If you ever order from the guy, you just got to pick your options. If you're going to put a compensator, it only takes these metal compensators. It won't take a 3D printed one. And then it's got the mag holders too. Love the mag holders. These are adjustable. All these are real pricey. I think it was like $130 for this. I don't remember what these cost, but they're pricey as hell. But they are what they are. But they hold in there really good, and they're adjustable. They got the rubber in there, so you can tension them up and adjust them. Pretty cool. That's my setup and my carry. I carry. Usually I have an extra mag on there. I don't know. I put it on a different setup. I think Hank stole it. Yeah, Hank's got it. Freaking Hank. All right. All right. We'll just suck her up. On this side. All right. Load up the mag. All right, loading up silver bullets, 1.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. 6.23. Sorry, guys. I've been working for, I don't even know how many days it is. 7, 8, or 9 days, 20 hours a day, making, all these parts at Chinese prices. Been crazy freaking busy. What happens when you give away, $85 parts for $10, $135 parts for $10? But it's what we got to do to stop these scumbag Americans stealing American companies' products, sending them down to China. Then they fuck them up, send them back, and they're selling them on eBay for a couple dollars cheaper. So that guy ordered a bunch of stuff, so everything he ordered, he's waiting for China. I dropped down to $10, so when it comes in, he ain't gonna make a dime. And with the tariffs, he's gonna lose some money. So, all right, air it up. All right, first shot with the silver bullet. 458. 454. Good number. 450. 444. 452. Woo, boy, that's loud. Great numbers, awesome, great numbers. Well, this one's also got my new bolt system, so it's a little higher because of that. But with these, compared to a round, they get 2 to 4 FPS more. I'm sorry, 2 to 4 joules more, the shaped round compared to rounded round. Plus, they go farther, and if you're using a rifle barrel, it gives a good spin. You get perfectly straight laser distance. And these aren't like the Z-Rams that go flopping through the air. I actually designed and tested mine so they don't flop. They fly straight. You can see the holes. Z-Rams, they hit sideways, they hit backwards, and they're also $5 a piece. But these, perfectly straight. They shoot great. And great weight. 6 is great. You still get the same joules as a 9 gram, 10 gram round, but you're not beating up your bolts as much, and you're getting a higher velocity. So they're awesome rounds, if I do say so myself. It's definitely gonna inflict some incredible pain. But I'll do some testing on shooting other stuff too down the road. Let's go over a couple other things. All right. All right, everything over here. All right. Back over here. All right, so cranking these out as quick as I can. I'll get them up on the website as soon as possible. They should be up today. I got to get this up too, and we're also, I've got one for, hold on, where is my, there. Now I have two different kinds of setups. This is a Projectile carbine with the carbine adapter, so you can put any AR-15, just kind of like that one. Let's take this one off. Single screw. That slides off. That's an SSD. I think it's a 682 10-inch barrel. All right, now okay, here we go. There you go. So you can use this just as a compensator, or you can take any AR-15 handguard and put it right over it and turn it into a carbine. You can also put a shorter barrel on and just have this as a carry with that, and you can switch it over a carbine anytime you want. All mine are ABS printed, so a lot stronger than most. All right, so yeah, I'll get those up on the website too. I got to do that. That's one thing I always forget. Sometimes it takes me a year to get something on the website. I know. The fun part is making it, and then I don't care about it after that. All right, and here are some of the new compensators. All right, here's the new John Wick for the TRP. Goes on the TRP or the XP. The new XP is got the same rails and same size as the TRP, so this goes right over there, screw in the bottom. So, or we also have the non-wick milling, goes on there, just smoother, less holes, So that'll go on the TRP or the XP. And we also have a silver edition version, so, or you can pick a silver or a silver with the John Wick. I don't have one of those in front of me. And let me put this back. That's my XP, by the way. That's my personal XP. They're not going to make them in green. This is my own personal one. The only prototype First Strike had, and I ended up with it. So, all right. Now we also have for the regular FSC. Badger, really, dude, you're on the wire. Back it off, pal. Personal space. All right, the John Wick with rail, and then we have the one non-milled with rail. I'm putting all these on sale for $65, which is a big discount because usually without the rail they're $85 and then the rail is $19. So significant savings there. Got a bunch of them made. I figure everyone's like, oh, everyone loves the new sales. Ridiculous, but it is what it is. So with the rail, or you can always take the rail off you want because some of a lot of these they'll take these, but unless you get the lower version that doesn't take a compensator, if that's the case, then you got to take the rail off, then you can just use the comp. But that's one screw in the front and a screw in the back takes it off. But these are all solid aluminum, aircraft aluminum, made right here in America in the shop. Okay, what is next? We got that. Obviously, you guys know about all the Pastelli barrels and all our barrels, even FSC. Now, when you order a barrel, you can order whatever bore size you want. I'll set up the website a little better. It's not set up now, so if you order one now and you order a 6-inch, 6 FSC barrel, just put in the notes you want 684 or, whatever size you want, 682. But now all our barrels, you're going to be able to pick your bore from 680 to, 688. Anything after that's too big for any of the rounds we use. So, but anywhere in between that, if you want a 686 and a half, we can do that too, in 5/10, whatever. We can make the bore size exactly anything you want. I figure might as well, I'm making the barrels completely, I might as well offer them in any bore size because I'm making them all the bore sizes anyway. And got the setup, so I might as well do it. All right, and some guys were asking me about some of my personal builds, my personal ones I use. So you saw the FSC on my carry. Now this is my TRP. I leave this in my truck, in the holster, right in the seat right there. This is a quick pierce TRP, fully done. Internals, I haven't put the new bolt in this one yet. This one's still, 55 plus joules, good numbers. But with my new bolt system, when I get around to putting it in here, it'll be a lot better. I haven't put it in yet because it just sits in my truck. So, but this will have the new bolt system. This is one that sits in my truck. Then I got my one on my side. Then I got also a VCAS. I keep in my truck in a hidden compartment above my head, a little drop down, kind of hidden compartment. So world goes to hell, I grab my VKS and we're good to go. Well, these are great, guys. I'm really psyched about these. A lot of people have been asking me for a good shape solid round for a long time, and figure now's the time. And that good solid aluminum, aircraft aluminum, great weight, just under 6.5 grams, perfect, and they fly great. All right, check out. All right, here's one of my VKSs. This one is an M4 build. Don't have the tank on it right now. But this one has the Midwest Industries. I paint over because I don't like the white lettering. But this is the Midwest Industries. They're really nice, but in my opinion, way overpriced. $250 for a handguard, I consider kind of nuts. But I do like this one, so I got it. But one thing you got to do, it's got these little flaps that they don't come flush. You have to actually have to mill the inside of this to make it go over that like that. But if you don't want to, you can pull it forward. It's just going to have a gap there. 10-round mag in this. UTG handguard, grip, UTG, red dot, green dot sight, SSD barrel, mock suppressor. This one's overboard. It's just basically for looks. Not a lot of extra power because, you know, it's not bore match like my other ones. UTG metal handguard, foregrip, I mean. Go grab my Vector. Vector's one of my favorite VKSs. Vector is the one I usually keep on my truck. Here we go. This is my Vector. Now this one right now, see that? Press the button, and it's got its own stand. Love that. This is a Vector kit from, what is that company in Israel? Hold on, let me go find it. The Podium from Fab Defense. It's about $120 for the kit. You have to modify it to fit the BKS, though. You know, I had them in there. But Fab Defense, they make great products. You know, they're a little expensive, but they're in Israel, so, you know, it is what it is. But it works, you know, as a good bipod, too. If you're shooting, all you do is hit the button. They pop out. Nice bipod there. Keeps you good and straight on your aim. I like it. But you have to modify the whole front. I milled all these out and custom made them to fit the BKS. But their grips are super comfortable. Nice dovetail on there. Super comfortable, great grip. Now, on here we have... It's fun. Hard to see with my glasses on. UTG handguard. A third of the price of the Midwest Industries and just as good. Really, there's not much of a difference. You know, high-grade aluminum. I don't understand really how Midwest, you know, they are what they are. It's a high AR-15 brand. So these are like $85 for a good handguard. UTG. And you got the quick disconnect there so you can take the mock suppressor off. They stopped making these, unfortunately. They don't make them anymore. I love them. Cat, really? I'm in a video here and you're whining away. You're not going out, you dirty little whore. No. No. Ow. 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 What a win. Hey. And urinal in the shop, a must-have for everybody. No, don't come over here and bother me. I ain't letting you out, dude. Ain't happening. All right. Flip up sights, and on here, these are good for emergency kits. This one is 88 gram CO2 with an adapter, a great on-off. This one still got pressure in it. I tested this 8 months ago, and it's still got the same CO2 in it. So you can blink with it, shut it down, and it's just as disposable, but it lasts forever. This way, if you lose air in your tank for any reason, it's always good to have an 88 gram backup system you can pop on any one of your guns. Great to have. HVA, you'll get a lot more shots out of, obviously, and some higher power, but if your tank leaked out or you got no power in your house and you ain't got a full tank, that's the way to go. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, here is my drone killer. You guys have seen this in the video. Oh, yeah, power-wise, this VKS is set about 120 joules, 122 joules. So it's a beast, but I can always turn it down if I want, but I keep it there. We got the drone killer over here. This thing's a monster. I don't even remember what. High joules, 140s, 150s, around there. Then we got FSC rifle set up there. That's another one of mine. That one is 140 joule setup. And that like this one, I have the mags modified to take the 10 round mags. No CO2 in there, just 10 round mag. No waste of space there at all. All right, T8.1s, like a ton of those. I love my T8.1s. They're all my sidearms are up there. You know, T8.1s, T9.1s. I got a gavel there with an extension barrel to get that extra power. You guys can look back at that video about 2.5 years ago. Gavel shooting, 70 joules with the extension barrel that I put on there. Modified the gavel, obviously, and a bunch of other ones. You know them all. All right, back over here. Big ass. Here's another FSC rifle build, 135 joules. I believe that one's set. I borrowed that barrel to test something else. All right, the TCRs, good. The older ones are better. The new ones by the new company that bought out the Chinese lease on these, they got rid of the HPA. Let me show you. One of the great things about the TCR, when it was Tippmann, it has the HPA adapter, which is nice because you can do a top tank setup here. You put an empty 12 gram in here because 12 grams not giving you a lot of shots. Put an empty 12 gram in there, connect your whip up, put a side mounted tank, put your optics on top. I don't know where I have one of these totally built up, but I don't know where it is. Dude, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Stop it. All right. So anyway, these are great if you can get a hold of one of the older ones. The new ones do not have the option for HPA air. You got to take them all apart. There's a lot of milling, a lot of stuff to do. All right, put that back. Got two of these. All right, this is T15. T15s are good for pepper. You're not getting power out of T15. Most work I do to one, you'll get about 30 joules. That's just not enough. But the great pepper guns, they got great mags. It's just a great all-around gun. That one's not full auto. That's semi. That T15 right there is full auto. That's an older version. Dude, shut up. Man, whiny cat. All right, then you got the, this one, I did a video not too long ago. This is an FSC in the surround build. Man, I have the worst memory. Hold on. I built this one like, 5 months ago. I forget the name of the company. These are the Roni. Okay, the Roni kits. They're cool, but a lot of work, man. A lot of work to get them in there. You need a Dremel. Takes a lot. I put a John Wick upper in here so you see it right in there. When you have a silver barrel, it looks really cool. This is a good setup, 100 plus joules. Small tank on this one. I got a 9 CI tank on this one, set to 1,000 PSI. This one's adapted in here into the mag. We also use the 10 gram PPC mags. But love this one, great, nice, pretty compact. You could put a bigger tank on for more power. I just want to break down the size a little bit on there. I see Jeff Mackey just made one of these. And he did the same thing I did on mine, the rail. Yeah, I'm glad to see you like that. I thought it was the best possible place to put it. I was thinking about mounting on top, but that worked out really good with a Picatinny. Oh my God, this cat. Drive me insane and everybody else. Now, here we got the BT Defender. This thing is a monster. Not big on power. You really got to do it all. Most you're going to get out of this is 30, 31 joules. And this one's electric. The tank goes right down here. If you guys want to see a video on this, go all the way back years ago. One of my first videos on YouTube was shooting this. I also had a bunch of them on Facebook years prior to that. But the one on YouTube, it's like my first, second, or third video when I started my YouTube account. But yeah, not great power, but you'll see what this thing can do. I got it worked up to 30 joules. It's a bit of work to get there. It's very sketchy trying to get 30 joules out of this. But it holds like 150 rounds in the hopper, built-in hopper, all metal. So you'll see what it does. I shot a watermelon. It disappeared within 3 seconds. There was nothing left of it. Then I moved over and shot a pan. Pan was gone in seconds. You hit full auto, and this thing is just insane. I couldn't imagine what it'd do to a person. Because hey, dude, shut up! Man, breaking cat. What you're doing is, 30 joules, which, hey, you don't want to get hit by 30 joules. But when you follow the next round right after it, again and again and again, in the same spot, it's just the devastation this thing can do. Ooh, watch the video. You see what I mean? I don't know if I'd ever aim this at a person. It would obliterate them. But another thing good about these, you can load them up with pepper balls. So some Live Max or Live X. And, you could take out a whole crowd. Keep it down to like, mid-20s, 21, 22, and you could clean house, man. It holds a lot of rounds, man. Plus, you can carry the tubes, what you like the paintballers do, and fill them up quick. Go through 150 rounds, boom, load another 150, and you're still going. And you could put a big tank down here, like a 48 CI tank right on here, even bigger if you want to, but a 48 fits nice in here, and you're going to get, what, a 48 CI, around 30 joules, you're going to get over 100 rounds. You get 120, something like that. So pretty cool stuff. But adjusting these, it's tough. These are all electronic. So plus, if they run out of batteries, they do not work. So that's something you want to think about also. It's also got 3-round burst, full auto 3-round burst, or semi. That's the Empire BT Defender. I got a couple of these. There's another one up there. I can't really get to everything without a ladder. But M17's got a bunch of those. Not a big fan. They break a lot. TIPXs, I've got tons of those. That's basically a TCR is just a TIPX with a different housing. All the internals are exactly the same. That one right there, that is a T8 rifle build. All the internals into a VKS. That's the oldest T8, the original, the first sidearm out. 25 years ago, 30 almost, I guess. What else is good up there? That's T9.1. Nice build on that one. No, that's an old T9 original. Good build. All my T9.1s are in the drawer up there. I got a bunch of T9.1s too. Obviously, the Umeric shotguns. They're cool, intimidating, but I don't like not semi-auto. Every time you want to send a projectile, you got to cock it, and that cuts down time. You got somebody running at you, cock, shoot, you miss, and they're still running at you. By the time you get the next cock in, they're on top of you. So that's why I'm not a big fan. HDB is their other version, which is semi-auto, but they break like crazy. If you got one of those, save it for a defense situation. Don't plink with it because they don't last. What do you expect? They're a $100 freaking gun. You can't expect them to get much out of them because they break easily. But the higher ones, which is paying around $300-$400, they get better. But you got to pump them. I'm not a fan of that. I want to be able to pull the trigger as quickly as I can if someone's charging me. And if you have numerous people attacking you, you really got to have that semi-auto. Pumping, yeah, it looks cool. They think you got a shotgun, but you got to pump, shoot. That's way too much time. I can reload my sidearm quicker than I can pump that. Well, about the same. Up there is a Timin TMC. That's the one Berna sells now for like $900. The exact same gun, just a different paint job. So if you ever wanted one of those, they're useless. They don't get a lot of power. You're looking at like 20 joules maximum. So if those are only good for pepper, and if you want one, save a shitload of money. The TMC and the Berna are the same exact gun with a different paint job. So just spend $250 on a regular TMC. They're cheap guns, but they're only good for pepper. You're not going to get power out of them. You're not stopping anyone with them. Unlike the TCR, you can get that 45 joules around there, even higher with a longer barrel. But that, you're maxing out. Low 20s, max. There's not much you can do with it. All right. The drone killer, you guys know about that. That thing is a beast. Oh, and this, I'm telling you to see often. This, I've got two of these. One's apart right now because I was painting it. This, I got the prototype, but this is the T4, the Tiberius T4. Back before they were First Strike, this is the Tiberius T4. Got a folding stock on this. It didn't come with one. All metal. This is the original VKS. But this is like the holy grail. It took me many years to find these, and I have two of them now. This was the original with the turning barrel. They had turned to hopper. If you want to fire out of here, this is cool. These are hard to come by. But this, the T4, they're CO2 only in the mag. They have a CO2 cartridge that goes inside the mag. It's only 12 gram. I modified my mags to take 25 grams. So you can get a full 10 round mag out of these. But you ever see these for sale, get them. They didn't make a lot of them. Took me many, many years to find the two I got. And a lot of money. But these are the original VKS. This is where the VKS came from. You know, when these came out, probably 30 years ago, I remember when I was playing paintball, these came out and they were $1,000 back then. 30 years ago, they didn't make many, they didn't sell many, because $1,000 paintball gun back then was a lot of freaking money, and not too many guys were into it. So when I guess they switched off and went, you know what, this would be great for law enforcement. And then the BKS was born, military law enforcement at the BKS. I love this. I got another one in the drawer that I took apart. I ghosted it all, so it has no lettering on it. Probably shouldn't have done that. It's actually the prototype. It's like, I forget, it's like the second one ever made. But oh well, I know it, so it's all that counts. What else could you talk about? I think I've talked about enough. All right, so the parts going as usual. These got to be lasered. Yeah, guys, I've caught up with all the orders. You know, most guys, $10. This was a $125 part. This was, the power plug was $85. Now they're all $10. And the direct ASA was $135, now only $10. And some guys have been asking, they don't understand how the modular works. All right, here's your direct ASA. Cat, would you shut the fuck up? Okay, you want to go in the shop? Go in the shop. There's nobody outside. Go ahead. He's hoping I left the garage door open, which I didn't, so he's not going anywhere. All right, so you have your direct ASA, which is basically a power plug, but with HPA. Now, you want to make it more powerful, you can double the volume by adding my modular. Now you've just doubled the power. Now, if you want to, you can triple it. But guys, you got to calm down and be careful. It gets crazy how much power. These two combined are going to give you 140 joules. So don't get crazy, but they are what they are. But, that guy, that scumbag at Ass Raping Tactical, bought these, each one of these, and a couple other parts, and sent them right down to China and had them cloned. So, second I heard that, I figured you got to put a stop to this, guys. So, put them all on sale. Now they're $10. So, he ain't making any money off his. And be careful, because his are cloned. Mine are aircraft aluminum, and they're tested with HPA up to 2,000 PSI. His are made of recycled aluminum. They're going to blow up in your face. I'll do another video on one of the other one I cloned. I don't have time today and show you what's going on with that. Rooster's out there making noise. But yeah, guys, I'm caught up with all the orders. A lot of guys, there's guys that took 38 in one order, 30 ASAs, 30 power plugs. Guys love a sale. But yeah, they were selling like crazy. I worked for, 7, 8, 9, whatever days, 20 hours a day, and got them all going. Those just got to be lasered and they're ready to go. But I've got backups made. But the new big thing, I'll try to remember tonight to get them up on the website, are the silver bullets. They are absolute beasts. I'm very proud of them. They fly great. A lot of guys like the Z-Ram, but buy the Z-Ram and look how it hits. Sideways, backwards, upside down. This is my 15th version of the prototype. I went through 15 different versions, different shapes, sizes, weights, everything you imagine, just to find the straightest one. We did it, Badger. Such a good boy. And this is what I came up with, finally, the silver bullet. I've been testing these for quite a while, and they came out good. But remember, guys, they are dangerous. They're going to definitely put a hurting on somebody. They're a blunt end, not a sharp end, because you don't want a sharp end, because, this kind of power will go right through somebody. You want to inflict the most pain and damage as possible without them going to the hospital, where they're going to be digging out your rounds. And that's where the police get called. You'd rather just hit them a couple times, give them something to think about it. You'll never see them again, and they ain't going to go to the hospital, but they're going to be in pain for weeks. All right, yeah, and I'll put these up on the sale. I don't even know if I put the new ones up yet, but I'll put them up there. Yeah, 65, so considerable discount, and that's going to be with the rail. They're all just going to come with the rail. I'm going to take away the option with or without rail. So they're all just going to be with the rail. So it's still cheaper anyway, so. And these ones for the FSC, this design works with any of the Greg's gears that take a compensator will take this exact design. The 3D printed ones, they will not take them. They got to be these ones because that's how he matched all his. A certain size compensator and a metal compensator so it's not too thick. All right, I've done enough rambling. That's it for me, guys. And Badger, I got to get back to work. I will see you on the next one. Stay safe. All right, guys, I am back. I'm sorry, I forget shit as always. There's a bunch of other guns I have. People want to see some of the guns and what I recommend. I forgot one of this. This is my truck carbine build. This one sits up in the apartment on the walls on some hangers. Okay, on this setup, I've got the 24-round ADN drum mag. You can get these online. ADN sells them. I forget what price they are. They're pretty cheap these days, though. 100 bucks, 100 and change. They're well worth it. 24 rounds on board is great. You can also drop this, put in a 10-round, 8-round mag, 15-round mag. All right, this setup, got 1,000 PSI, carbon fiber tank. It's a 15 CI. It's got the red button quick punch, which is great. Love those. So took them, I think, 6 years of begging them to freaking sell this thing. Now they're finally going to start selling it. The first one with it, but they'll be for sale for everybody soon. I got my thermal set up on here for nighttime in case, it's dark and someone's creeping around. I can see them. We got the Olight rechargeable Boulder Pro with the laser. We got my 682. I think this is a 12-inch barrel in here. And I've got the smasher, regular smashers in here. Forget their weight offhand. I'm going to do a video shooting the truck with these smashers. They do some good damage, so I want to see what they do there. We got a T10 kit on here, all aluminum rails, not 3D printed. UTG, 5-inch handguard with UTG metal foregrip. This thing is a beast. 100 plus joules, whatever you want to set it at. Set it to 80, 60, whatever you like. Over 100, whatever you like. Longer barrel, crazy power. This has got the XL bolt system in it. I still haven't put my new bolt system in this. It's just a regular XL, which is crazy power. But it is a beast. And what do we got over here? And I've got, people are asking me about the FN303s. I got 2 of them. They're apart right now. Doing modifications on them. Where's the FNs? Oh, here they are. They're apart. I'm always changing stuff, building stuff. This is the core of the FN. Another FN, pull it apart. I got to put them back together. I was modding these a couple years ago, and they're okay. I don't like the drum mag, how it sticks out. It takes up a lot of room. You can't stick under your seat in the car, so I'm not a big fan of that. But holds a good amount of rounds. And with some work, you can get some power out of it. Most guys are only getting 30 joules out of it, but I found some ways to modify them up and get about 140. I think it was like 140. I did that video like 2 years ago. But really great bolt system they have in this. They actually took it off a paintball guy, bought the rights to it, who had a great design back in the day. Got one of his guns up here, right there, same bolt system. I forgot the whole main reason I made the video, not just to show you guys the new rounds. Guys tell me, I haven't done a giveaway in a long time. So, all right, here's the giveaway. One of my, same as my sidearm, right here. Exact build, 6-inch barrel, aluminum compensator, full VKS internals, slim bolt kit, 54 joules around there average. 12-gram mag. Going to be giving this away. And you know what? I'll even put an RMR plate and an RMR on it. I've been meaning to put an RMR in this. I have another personal sidearm that's got an RMR on it. This one I hadn't gotten around to putting it in there yet. But the giveaway will be this one with an RMR, with a UTG RMR on top. That's $155 by itself. Just the RMR, then you got a plate. You know how expensive they are, and the whole build itself. That's a $1,000 giveaway. So, all right. To join this, guys, it's going to be this video. You got to watch the whole video. You got to like, subscribe. Unless you're already subscribed, then you're fine. And you got to share it. So, and at the end of the month, I will go over that video, and they have an algorithm that you can set. Everyone that like, share, like, share, and comment. You got to comment on the video. It'll pick out everybody that has all those three things and randomly generate to make it fair. It's a program, I forget what it's called. The same one I did on my last giveaway. But it makes it a lot easier because the giveaway before that, I actually had to print out everybody's name on little pieces of paper, cut them all up, mix them all in a jar, and pick them out. That was way too much freaking work. Holy crap, that was a lot of work. So the random generator is great. You just press a button, and it just picks whoever that likes, subscribe, and share. You got to do all three of those. That's how it picks it out. Anyone that misses one of those, you're not going to fall into that algorithm. It's not going to pick you out. Right, Badger? And Badger, I'm sorry, but you can't win, man. You're a part of the company, so no one involved with Sterling self-defense can win it. I remove those, and if somehow they still come up, then I will, we'll rerun it again until we get someone that's not involved in any way business-wise with my company. Got to keep it fair, right, buddy? All right, so that's it, guys. All right, so that's the giveaway, and that's how you do it. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And guys, get out there. When you see these guys, 5 years ago, people scamming like this, S. Riemann Tactical, AR Tactical, stealing people's products. 5 years ago, they would have drummed them out of all the groups, but now I see so many guys, he gives free rounds to people, and they're doing videos. All this guy is doing is not just my products. He stole every product that's ever been modified out of the groups, ever. He bought one of their products, whoever it was, guy in the UK, he stole all his stuff. Everybody, every mod that's ever come through the less lethal community, this guy stole, sent it to China, had it cloned, and now he's selling it on his own. He has no products of his own. He doesn't know what he's doing. So, no, in the old days, everyone call him out. Guys, when you see this guy out there, you got to call him out for the scumbag that he is. And we know he's a criminal. We've just seen his record. He's been arrested over 30 times, never had a real job his whole life. Multiple bank fraud, check fraud, selling crack cocaine multiple times, in and out of jail his whole life, never had a real job. Now he came into less lethal, figured get rich quick scheme, and he doesn't have to go to jail anymore because he got sick of going to jail, and he tried to steal off something else where you don't end up in jail for doing it, which he should. But I remember that guy say something. See something, say something. You got to call it out, It is what it is. See, people doing wrong shit. We're a community for a reason. I know it's not the good community it used to be, but it can get back there. Can't just be all guys just trying to sell you their crap. Didn't used to be like that. Now everything's a freaking ad, It didn't used to be like that. We all helped each other. And I still do. I spend 60 hours a week on chat, on the phone, helping people that don't even buy off me, that have problems with their own markers. They bought off other people. I help them. I don't charge them for it. I've donated more time than I could ever imagine to the less lethal community. And there's thousands upon thousands of guys that will tell you the same thing that I've done for them. Because that's what I do all the time. Messenger all day long, phone calls, texts, always. But that's the community's for. The community's to help each other and to better everything, make these guns better. And now innovation is now dead because of this guy. All the guys I talk to that are innovating are like, I'm done. I'm not putting out stuff just so this guy can steal it and make money off all my work. So no one wants to put anything out anymore. So it kills innovation when you let people steal shit. Because that guy's got no overhead. He's not spending nothing a month. He's just buying one product from somebody, sent to China, having it cloned, and then selling it for $3 cheaper, even though he's getting it for fucking hundreds of percent cheaper than we can make it for. Ridiculous. You know, the minimum charge for me to make any part in this shop, if I have to make a part, it's a minimum of, I got to charge $85 for every part I make just to stay in business, just to make overhead. This guy's buying parts for, you know, cloning my parts down in China for $1 a piece. So, you know, like the Slim Bowl kit, there's two pieces, an extension, aluminum extension, and an aluminum cap. So that kit costs him $2. Some cheap, shitty aluminum. Me, I got to sell that for, you know, $85 per piece just to go even. So imagine how much money I'm losing selling all these parts for $10 to put him out of business. So get out there, guys. I'm doing a lot. You got to do your bit too. You're part of the community. Call it out. Say it ain't right. You don't steal from American companies sent down to China, and call it as your own. All right, guys. That's it for the whining. So remember, here's a giveaway. Fully built up, modified FSC, 6-inch SSD, tri-detent barrel. That's metal detent, so the magnetic detent. Aluminum compensator, 12-gram mags, and I'm going to throw that armor on top. So, all right, guys, that's it. I'm done. I will see you on the next one. Stay safe.